Hello everybody, my name's Commander Helix Rex, and I lost everything on Elite Dangerous, and that's a little story I want to tell and share with you guys and my experience about it. I've been playing this game on and off for, I want to say, almost 2 years now. And just a few months ago I have upgraded to a Python. Actually, very recently I upgraded to a Python after some pretty rigorous grinding, and I'm back in it now. But what had happened, I figured out about the Sothis runs and started making quite a bit of money very quickly. I have enough money to upgrade to a Anaconda. And with the Anaconda, I saw it. I jumped to a discounted system. I got the Anaconda, upgraded its frameshift drive, and I downgraded its shields and everything just to make it so I had the best jump range possible. Well, it's two mistakes on my part. First mistake was the shield and the power distributor, because I downgraded that too to save weight, and that was a horrible mistake. The second mistake I'd made was the fact that I did not have enough money for the insurance. And now that I realize it was a very stupid thing to do. So I got my Anaconda. I'm going out to Sothis to start my trading run. And I have magnetic coil emitters in my cargo hold because I wanted to upgrade the FSD eventually. About a third way there, I get interdicted by another Anaconda. I couldn't boost away because I downgraded my power distributor. I could not speed away. I could not use my shields efficiently, and I lost my 180 million credit ship, and I was pretty upset. And because I didn't have any money for the insurance, I was stuck back into a Sidewinder. And this is a kind of a gut-wrenching feeling, because I worked, in my opinion, substantially hard to get the Anaconda, because that's kind of my dream ship right now. Is my goal right now is getting the Anaconda, outfit it, make it a badass ship. Unfortunately, I was impatient, and I made a horrible mistake. So I got put back into a Sidewinder, and it was kind of humbling experience, because it makes you remember or go through what you did when you first started the game, and that grind just to figure out how to play or get back to where you wanted. It was really irritating, because I don't know if it was the mindset I was in or the ship I was in, more than likely the mindset, but I got blown up a number of times. I was in my Sidewinder, got some bounty, upgraded to an Eagle, got blown up twice, played and played. I did RES, I did extraction zones, and I saved up enough money to upgrade to a Cobra. Did some mission running, did some mostly bounty hunting, and then I upgraded to what was after the Cobra? I don't remember what it was after the Cobra, but I eventually did upgrade to the Asp, and I got that upgraded as quickly as possible. Oh, that's right, the Cobra, I was doing Sothis mission runs as best as I could, and I saved up enough money to get an Asp fully upgraded, and I had a Class 5 FSD upgrade, I think it was, and I was able to do Sothis missions until I got back into a Python. And I'll tell you what, the experience is going through the different ships, as I said, it's kind of humbling, because you realize, after being stuck in a bigger, much more capable ship, how difficult it can be, especially for me, was to get back into that mindset of I have a smaller, less capable ship. So I was getting blown up multiple times in my Eagle. It was fully upgraded shields, but I was still getting blown up because I was too aggressive. I was getting my I was getting my ass handed to me on a silver platter, unfortunately, and I very quickly learned how to dogfight again. and I became much more appreciative of the ships I've had, because each ship has its own capabilities. And I was especially grateful when I got back into Cobra, because of its jump range, and its fuel tank size, and its cargo capability. And I realized that your first in-game goal for a lot of people is to get a Cobra, because they are pretty capable for a very low price point. It's probably a pretty good way to get on your, start accelerating yourself on your feet, because the start is kind of slow. It's kind of excruciatingly slow. But then as your ships go higher, you kind of, I want to say, accelerate into your next goals, because of how you start having more and more income. Like an Asp has slightly more has a lot more cargo space than a Cobra, and has a better jump range, so you can make your money faster. And then in the Python, my Python has a Class 5 upgrade, so it's comparable to the Asp with a lot more cargo space. And I miss flying the Asp. The Asp was very nice, very nice, capable ship. I'd recommend for a lot of people, just because its ability to do long distance cargo missions with a decent cargo hold. Not much, but enough to start making you about 10 million credits a run, which is what I would average, 10 to 12 million credits per run, if you did the smaller missions, or the missions with a smaller amount of cargo. And then, like I said, I was only about 6 runs, and I was able to get myself in a fully outfitted Python. And I have a feeling, with the Python and the cargo, I have 160 tons of cargo space. And I have a feeling that with a Python, if you can max it out, you can get about 20 to 30 million credits per run, depending on how you play your cards. I will be doing a walkthrough mission, or a walkthrough tutorial on how to make that many credits as quick as I can, or as soon as I can. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a short explanation of how I'd lost everything because of my greed and my impatience, and I hope you all don't make the same mistake as I did, because it's pretty gut-wrenching and heartbreaking when you just lost everything you had because you simply didn't have enough insurance money, or you simply didn't have a better shield, or this or that. And like I said, it woke me up, and it made me appreciate what I had a lot more, which is kind of cliche to say. So I'll just try not to be as impatient as I was. Enjoy the ships you have. So the next matter of business, or I guess it kind of plays on what I'm saying with the ships. Each ship does have its own capability. I'm going to do a very quick rundown on these ships, because I don't play these ships enough to be able to give you a huge insight on these ships. We'll start with the Sidewinder. Very good, very capable ship for dogfighting. That's about all it's good for. So when you start off in a Sidewinder, your best bet is to find yourself a resource extraction site with allied, or the appropriate security forces if you have an ally, or if you have a faction ally, which is unlikely if you're starting in the game. But going to a resource extraction site that has security, would be a great way to start, because you can start picking off fights. You don't want to start the fights, because in the Sidewinder you are very easy to take down, very easy to take out. And the same thing goes when you're in a Eagle. An Eagle is better than a Sidewinder. It's more maneuverable, has slightly more firepower, just has one more small hard point. It's extremely maneuverable, has halfway decent shields and halfway decent hull armor. And it's a great, that ship is designed for dogfighting. It's great at dogfighting. It can run circles around a lot of other ships. But you have to know how to pick your battles, because there are some ships that the moment they line up with you and they start nailing on you, you're gone. Like the Federal Corvette, the Anaconda. Ships that have a lot of firepower will take you out almost immediately. It's rather scary to see, and there's no way you can run away from it. The next ship in my list of experience would be the Cobra, or the Viper. I kind of want to talk about them at the same time because they're somewhat similar, but again, at the same time they're not. The Viper is more dedicated for fighting, and has better armor. It's pretty capable in maneuverability as well, and that's what a lot of security forces use when you watch them use Vipers and Eagles. I think a Cobra is probably the best early mid-game ship because it's so capable. It's such a rounded ship. You can do cargo, you can do fighting. It's how you want to set up the ship. And that actually can be said for a lot of other ships after this point, such as the Asp Explorer. Or let's go with the Diamondback Explorer, the Diamondback Scout first. Those ships are pretty good. They have some very respectable jump ranges. Not a lot of cargo, so it's more towards an exploration ship. I know my experience with the Diamondback Explorer was pretty nice, just because I could jump pretty quick, pretty fast, I could go pretty quick distances pretty quickly, if that makes any sense. I didn't have to make multiple jumps, I could do fewer jumps, and then the Diamondback Explorer kind of gateways into the Asp Explorer. With the Asp Explorer, you can get upwards of 38, maybe 40 light years per jump, and that's really good. It's an exploration ship. It's meant to go out there, has a big fuel tank, and get yourself a fuel scoop on there, you can explore for ages. Has quite a few hard points. I believe it was 6. So for me personally, when I was doing delivery missions, these long missions between Sothis and the Bubble, I had it all outfitted with mines. And those mines are the best thing when you're doing cargo delivery, because you can still run away and drop your mines, and there's been a number of occasions where I have completely taken out my attacker and gotten the bounty for it simply with my mines. Because NPCs, they like to stay directly lined up behind you. You just launch your mines over and over again, you get taken out, you get the bounty, and you get to continue on your way. I believe an Asp Explorer is a really good mid-game ship, if you like to do long-distance trading or exploring, for the simple fact that it has an excellent jump range, even when it's fully loaded down. And then after that, my suggestion is definitely the Python. It is, in my opinion, an extremely good multi-purpose ship. Extremely good multi-purpose ship because you can fit it out for straight-up dogfighting. Excellent dogfighting. Heavy armor, hull reinforcements, the best shields and what's it called? The shield banks. And you have your hard points. My favorite hard point layout is 3 large multi-cannons and 2 medium pulse lasers or beam lasers. And it's a very capable ship. It's very maneuverable when you have A-grade thrusters on it, and it'll throw people for a run, at least the NPCs. And bounty hunting in the Python is immensely fun, and I love it. And I also like the Python for trading, because right now I can hold 160 cargo, and I have a 33 light year jump range. And that's with 2 extra tanks and a grade A fuel scoop, grade A shields, grade A jump range with a class 5 upgrade. So long distance trading is very profitable with Python because you can make further jumps than a lot of other ships. Now, there are other ships, I think, off the top of my head, I only know of one ship that can truly outdo every other ship in the game, and that's the Anaconda. My experience with the Anaconda is very limited because it was a very short, bittersweet moment with the ship. And then, so after the Python, my personal recommendation is the Anaconda, because it is an also very capable multi-purpose ship. Very capable multi-purpose ship, in the fact that you can do a trade Conda, as it's called. You can have it decked out with cargo space, best shields, best frame shift drive, Class D other equipment, and then Class 5 upgrade on your FSD, and you can get ridiculously great jump ranges while having a full cargo hold. So your trading time goes down because of the further jump range. That's all I can say for that, because I don't have any experience with fighting, but I've seen an Anaconda be devastating, and RESs. I've seen them be devastating in any combat situation just because of the loadout they have. They're large, very clumsy, slow ships from what I felt. That's just coming from me being used to an Anaconda, or a Python I should say, sorry, being much more maneuverable, much smaller, a little bit quicker. So just for me, the Python or the Anaconda is going to take a little while getting used to, because it's such a large ship, and that's going to be a big learning curve for me. And then I have to learn how to not be stupid when it comes to flying the Anaconda. And I need to make sure I have the 200 million credits saved up to fully outfit it and have the insurance money left over, because there's nothing more devastating than losing an Anaconda, which you've worked very hard for, and take that from me.
Fuel scooping.
I can't wait to get an Anaconda again. There's a lot of other ships that I want to try just for fun,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
like a Imperial Cutter or a Federal Corvette, because I think that'd be incredibly fun to fly both of those. But I don't have enough rank for either of them. That'll be a video for another day. So thank you guys for listening to this silly rant, and listening to my mistakes, probably getting a laugh at it. But thank you guys again. I'll have some more Elite Dangerous videos coming out, and y'all have a good one. Bye.